Today, I'll be doing a video on what it is for it's a very interesting subject matter. I think that it might be possible that I'm wrong, but it's my belief that God creates some people a certain way so that they are genetically cursed. And I wouldn't say that this is at all could be seen in instances of mental retardation. I think that it's much different from that. I think that God probably pities people which have that. The kind of genetic cursedness which I'm thinking of, I think that it goes back to the genome in itself. I think that it's very, very rare. And I think that the genetic cursedness comes from the ordinary expectations of people when it comes to the development of an individual personality. Ordinarily, people experience developments in the personality. There's progression and development and growth. Gaining of character. Enter into a different state of consciousness. Changes in consciousness as time goes on. And development of the personality. That is what ordinarily occurs in individual personalities. But I think that there are some very, very rare instances where God wills for someone to be genetically cursed to the extent that there's something fundamentally different to the genome. It's like the person doesn't at all grow in character. It's like there's a perpetual continuity of the personality of a person. There isn't any profound change or anything of the sort. It's just from a young age and onwards there's this permanence in the personality of an individual. And it continues throughout the life of the individual. There is never any growth in the personality or notable changes in the personality it's always the same throughout the person's life. Most people experience gradual changes, many different changes in the personality. But for people which are genetically cursed, well, very, very rare. And for people like that, I think that God has a reason for making people like that genetically cursed. People like that, the whole existence is a terrible thing. Terrible thing. And terrible in the sense that one of the most cursed forms of existence which can be conceived of. Because there's no occasion for notable changes in the personality. It's always basically the same personality. No room for growth, no possibility for growth, just always the same thing. Ugh. The personality could be friendly and kind, and the person could experience acceptance and kindness, but there is no notable changes in the personality. It's pretty well fixed and unchanging. And I think that in instances where there is this cursed kind of personality, I think that most people will pick up on it. And the interesting thing is that the personality, it doesn't even come down to something like mental health. It doesn't even come down to that. It comes down to something within the genetic base of the person being fixed and unchanging. The person could be fine, very fine in the mental health. They could be very in touch with reality. It could have lots of sensible beliefs, but the personality, boring, lacking depth, too simplistic, too predictable. Always being the same.